Alright, welcome. This is your step one in this entire process of having a fully automated business with only one science-trained setter, which is, to be fair, all you need to get your ICP on autopilot with, I would say, less than an hour per day in your DMs. And once you don't have to lift a finger to acquire dream clients, your full focus and your full attention can just go towards delivering the results, creating content, and just, in general, making yourself the guy in the market, in the niche that you're specifically in. Now, a lot of people would probably record this and send it as a VSL to warm people up, but in full honesty, all you need to make this work is literally just this free training, and like I've said, one science trained setter on a commission basis, because trust me, it's not a literal rocket science, even though the name says it is. So, without wasting any of your time, let's just get straight into this. To start things off, the entire setter science system contains 3 phases. This is phase number 1, and it's what's all based around pretty much. Hiring only one science trained setter to delegate an entire workload, and be careful to hire a setter who is an A player and not some random guy that's just looking for part-time gigs. Because if you want those guys, you can just find them on Fiverr, Upwork, or any other freelance platform that you can think of. And in order to actually make this work with only one setter, you need someone who is dedicated, such as science trained setter, an A player. Someone who is dedicated, that will want to make more money for himself. He needs to want make more money for you as well, and ultimately he just needs to save your time by doing those low leverage activities like you probably know already, such as outreaching to people, having a proper convos with people for a few hours a day. I mean, you're a business owner. You're the prize here, and you can't be that easily accessible. And once you've done that first step of phase number 1, there are 3 there are 3 things you need to do next. First one is kickoff tutoring, second one is extracting hidden leads, and third one is just make your newly hired setter familiar with your ICP. First, I'll explain what kickoff tutoring is. As you know, the key to successful partnership with your setter and to successful growth of your business lies in how you start things off, which is exactly why in the very first week of placing a setter in your business, you need to personally supervise the work that he is doing and teach him in real time. The goal is to immediately adapt and start booking the calls right away without having to go through that adaptation process. I'm sure you know what I'm saying. Which brings me to hidden leads extraction now. We all have those buried leads, as I like to call them, and to be honest, they're way easier to convert than any other person out there, because they're already familiar with who we are and what we do. The extraction process starts with scraping all the leads you have ever booked in your Calendly. That's the first thing. Then following up with leads buried way down in the DMs. Then followers, comments, likes, and all the people that have ever engaged with you in any way or form. Now, this is like a bro science. It's not, proven or anything, but I think that every single page has an audience, and inside that audience there's at least like 15 to 20% of hidden leads. They've been in the back end watching your stories, watching your reels, watching your long form content, but they never actually took action into working with you. And that's exactly how I personally managed to land my first 6.5k client only 5 days after coming up and implementing this entire system in my business, specifically this hidden leads extraction process. When it comes to approach to those hidden leads, I think that hidden leads extraction process and this third step, ICP structure, should be done simultaneously, because every business in the world has its own way of doing things. Their own KPIs, their own SOPs, their own target audience, and so on and so on. So in order for your newly hired setter, in order for him to do the proper job, you need to make him familiar with your unique way of doing things. Let him know about the approach you use, your ideal client avatar, what can you do for them, and so on and so on. I mean, you know the drill. So once he is in the DMs, he can represent your values at the very best and save as much of your precious time as possible, right? At that point, you've successfully completed your first step towards a business where if you don't have any closers, all you'll have to do is just take the sales call to acquire a new client and just focus on satisfying your clients, just delivering the promises or the results you made to them, that they will achieve within a certain time frame. The fact is, once you do that, you won't be that easily accessible anymore, which will automatically raise your status, because the less successful you are, the more people will appreciate you actually talking with them and taking the time out of your day. And now you might think, how did I get my hands on such a setters that fulfilled all those qualities? And this is how. I'm running a B2C offer called Setter Science Program 3.0. Yeah, I know, it's very creative. And the thing is that I've trained him. I trained all my setters. I completed every single one of these 3 steps, and while he was already working for me and getting used to my way of operating, I have put my time and effort into training him to work exactly how I would be working for myself. Is that clear? Now, at this point, he's a direct representation of me and of my way of working. You need to do the same, to be honest, and you must have the patience to train a setter yourself, because you can benefit massively from that. I would also like to tell you that you should look at that training and that management process in a way that that's kind of an investment for your future self, right? You're investing your time into actually making him ultimately help you scale your business, if that makes sense. So if you spend, let's say, 3 or 4 months training your setter to do A to Z exactly how you would be doing it, then that's a perfect scenario. But if you don't maybe have enough time to do all that and also acquire new clients by yourself to keep your business sustainable, as well as deliver the promises you made, deliver the results to your current clients, which is, I would say, a loop that can't be closed. And yeah, that reminds me. Actually, let me find that loop somewhere right here. This Miro board is becoming a mess right now. Where is it? Okay, here it is. This is a loop I'm talking about. This is how pretty much it looks like. You getting new clients, you see, just client acquisition process. Then you, by delivering the results, by doing your client delivery, you just literally making those clients satisfied, then them giving you testimonials, you posting those testimonials on any social page that you're using, whatever, then other potential leads just seeing those results and wanting to get themselves involved with your program, because obviously they want the same results as well. By that process, they're getting nurtured, and you literally getting them involved, because once again they want the same results, and just repeat the whole process all over again. And that's a loop I actually came up with, once again, not something scientific, just a bro science, but to be fair, I realized it works the best in my personal scenario. And the thing is, if you break even one part of that loop, an entire loop is gonna crash, and at that point you won't be having a sustainable business anymore. So like I was saying, if you have enough time to do every single aspect of that loop, and then plus alongside that train your setter as well, go on, because yeah, you're literally a G. But on the other hand, what I do is I just get them inside my Setter Science 3.0 program, because I've been running a B2C offer before, and I'm still running it, to be honest. And from that point of view, everything is kind of automated with that as well, and I don't have to do anything except obviously hopping on those sales calls. But for all the clients that I'm currently having inside the Setter Scientist community, I train all the setters for them. Not only that, I provide all my clients with a pool of like 120, over 120 at this point, dedicated and talented science trained setters that have already been through my training, through a professional education, but I also manage them. I give them free access to these 60 plus, over 65 done for you videos inside that course module. And just one small part of it is direct or indirect approach, how to have the best possible reply rate, objection handling, and just the warming process in general. And by the way, this is one insight for you that just came to my mind. If you want your sales team to be performing at the top level, at the exact level you want them to be performing, you personally need to management. Literally you, no one else. Because like I've said, I'm doing it for myself and it's doing wonders. I mean, of course, proper management takes time. It takes a lot of time actually, to be honest. But if you specifically want to spend less than an hour per day on the back end of your business, at some point you would need someone to do all the job on your behalf. And that's exactly what I'm doing. However, I don't want you to get the wrong picture here. I want you to realize that I'm not here trying to sell you anything, like God forbid. I'm not here to trying to promote my offer, because if you're not finding this entire setter science system helpful, I don't think you're even a good fit to work with me in the first place. Because why am I saying that? The reason I'm saying that is because the main goal of this offer is to acquire dream clients on autopilot. So once again, if you're not finding this helpful, if you're not finding this interesting at all, you're not the guy I'd be willing to work with, and therefore just leave. Feel free to leave this video, and I wish you all the best on your journey. But for those that stayed, I think I finally covered this phase number 1, hiring, training, and managing your sales team. In this case, that's once again only one appointment setter that's doing all these low leverage activities for you. And actually, one good thing that I almost forgot to dive into a bit deeper is that he's commission based as well. I mean, obviously you can give him some sort of a monthly retainer if you'd like, but you as a business owner wouldn't probably like to take any risk, I assume. And I know that you maybe don't even have some spare cash to just waste it and throw it in the bin on some setter. And especially because there are plenty of setters who just want to get inside one business and be stagnant over there without actually needing to move a finger. They just want to make money and dip. I mean, that's not how it works. And for that exact reason, my number 1 advice for you would be to hire him on a commission basis, meaning that he only gets paid after the deal gets closed. So let's say he books the call, you close the deal, you give him a percentage of that because obviously he earned it and he fairly deserves it. Then in the first month or 2, before he actually proves himself, that's the best way to operate. I genuinely believe that. Why am I saying that? Because, like I've said already, later down the line, the least of a problem is for you to just give him some sort of a retainer to motivate him a bit more, or even just like raise his commissions. Because if he's motivated, if he's keen and willing to push even harder, you're gonna see even better results. And by operating that way, I personally have seen some great results for my business and for the businesses of my clients where I implemented those science trained setters. And now I finally think I covered step number 1. Step number 2 that I've done was just a full-on management. Once again, remember, you're a business owner, you're a prize, and especially if you're watching this, you deserve to live a life like a proper CEO instead of being a slave to your business. You don't want that. And I'm sure at some point you wondered how to actually stop chasing the clients. And this is exactly how. At no point in time should you be chasing clients, as that goes completely against what we're trying to accomplish here. Chasing your clients is lowering your status, and that's not ideal at all. Like, that's not good. You're not gonna get anywhere with that. And here's what my mentor actually taught me. One very good example of you chasing your clients. Once again, it's a bro science, nothing too statistically proven, but hear me out. Let's say you send 1K outreaches. Let's say you send 1K outreaches by yourself, obviously, because maybe you don't have any system in place yet. And out of those 1K, I'm 100% certain that you can sign, let's say 10 guys at least. Like, that's not a problem at all. I mean, it shouldn't be at least. You can definitely sign at least 10 high ticket deals, but what's that? That's like 1%. You wasted so much time for only 1% of leads that you have reached out to in total. Don't get me wrong, if you're selling your offer for like 3K or something and you sign those 10 guys, that's 30K a month, which is incredible. That's an incredible number. But in order to have a consistent 30K a month, you have to repeat that whole process all over again. And instead of me doing all that, I have just spent a month or 2 managing and getting them familiar with all these smaller systems and funnels that I'm utilizing. First was something I call sales fusion. And we still have 2 of them per week. That's something I also do for my clients, where after the initial kickoff tutoring period right here, me and the setter or multiple setters, if I hire them inside the business, we gather 2 times a week and review the convos they've been having while also training them in real time, just to make an entire sales process even smoother. Second was introducing a daily reports channel, which is closely related with Bottlenecks Elixir, because I personally believe that one can't go without another. Let me explain. To start with daily reports channel, the purpose of it is fairly simple, and it's to have a specific insights on KPIs and SOPs that the setter has been doing on a daily basis. Inbounds handled, outreach has done, VSL sent, calendars sent, bookings, closes. Every single thing that you can think of needs to be tracked every day, no matter what, because once the setter gives me these insights, I just entered everything here into Bottlenecks Elixir where I track all those things I mentioned. Bottlenecks Elixir automatically calculates the percentages and gives me an indication on exactly how many calls or closes should come from exactly how many messages. And Daily Report channel and Bottlenecks Elixir just help us break down and find the exact struggles that are keeping me or my clients away from having a perfect business, I would say. And additionally, there is something I call Pro CRM Machine that's also directly related to those two I just mentioned. And to repeat myself for the 10th time already, probably, we as business owners are super busy and we don't have time for all these low leverage activities, which is exactly why I just took care to delegate this complicated Pro CRM to a trained setter. That's what I mean when I say that they need to be dedicated. So, Pro CRM Machine is fully automated to sort out every single lead based on the status they're in. Once again, qualified, VSL sent, calendar sent, booked, closed, whatever. And I think using this only for Temi, one of my previous clients, made it possible for us to cash collect over 16,000 pounds in just 4 weeks, right? And based on all that, we can see at which exact stage of our convo leads stop progressing the most, and we can just fix that. If the leads are not keen to even watch the VSL we sent, if there is some VSL in place, then it's the appointment setting approach that we probably need to change, and if so, we need to change it immediately. Some script adjustments to present ourselves as more genuine is what we must do in that scenario. On the other hand, if you're doing an outbound campaign that we have been testing as well, we need to just track these openings. We've also been tracking those openings, and like I've said, if they are not serving its purpose, it's time to adjust it or even change it entirely. Now the third and ultimate step, once all these things up there are running like clockwork, is just focus on our messaging. Focus on our messaging, nothing too crazy. Whether we are handling warm or cold leads, it doesn't matter. Every single lead is unique, and in order for us to stand out from all the other salesmen in the world, we need to make them feel understood, because that's the only way we can get them open up, so we can just jump in with our solution for their problem or goal. That's when I came up with one of probably the most valuable parts of this entire setter science system. It's Hunt and Kill Funnel. It's like a mini course module with 8 videos covering an entire sales process, from getting a reply to booking a call with prospects ready to buy, which is somewhere right here. That's the main goal. Just book the person in so he's ready to buy, because you know that you as a business owner probably don't have time to handle these BS objections such as need to think about it, blah blah blah. You don't have to face a single objection. That's the main goal, because once you're on that call, you just need to take their credit out and that's it. And if you want to get your hands on this Hunt and Kill Funnel, the ticket is like 50 euros, because you better believe I'm giving this away for free, only for my clients. Anyways, the thing is that there's no strict script that you can follow with all the leads and that's it, you're chilling. It doesn't work like that. You and your setter need to encounter like hundreds of different types of leads to start seeing some sort of a pattern, and once you get to that point, just start simplifying everything. What I want to point out is that I've been in this game for about 2 years, and only now I started to see some sorts of patterns, whether I'm in B2B space or B2C. Only now I can kind of expect what's my prospect gonna say next, And like I said, once you're at that point, you can just start simplifying everything. And that's actually the third and final phase of this entire setter science system. It's just after you hire, train and manage your setter, after he learn how to work like a machine, after you start delivering promised results to the clients, that's when you simplify and build a system that doesn't require you to babysit your brand new sales team. Without you babysitting them, you're literally living a life full of freedom, and your business is finally sustainable because it brings you high quality leads without you needing to chase them. Just 3 simple phases right here for you that I've done, and once you're finally here within a few months of starting, I would say that your best course would be to just start growing and building a personal brand. To be fair, that's what I'm currently doing. That's what my current focus is on at the moment. And I'm well aware that personal brand is an asset for life. Because once you have a personal brand with lots of followers and lots of successful stories, lots of testimonials, you're a proper G on that page. Because all the people seeing your lifestyle, that's an asset for you. I genuinely think that you can never go broke again. Just start recording content, make your clients love you, over deliver for your clients, and that's just how the loop I mentioned at the beginning becomes never ending. It's infinite, and you're just free from all the duties in your business that don't directly bring you cash. That's the most important thing for you ultimately, or that's the ultimate point where you want to end up. Just doing those high leverage activities that once you do them, you just make more money and that's it. No outreaching, no talking with prospects in the DMs endlessly, and so on and so on and so on, you know. Overall, that's how the core of this setter science system looks like. You can also see here at the end some extra things such as, no, it's here, starting like a free community or low ticket community to have a direct access to the warmest leads in our pipeline so we can progress them to the high ticket offer. Then some things regarding closing, just to scale your closing rate, like call recording reviews, then step-by-step scripts and frameworks, mock-up calls if necessary, just to train, nothing too crazy, you know, objection handling trainings as well. I try to simplify my system as much as possible, and just to show you exactly how I use only one science train setter to acquire dream clients on autopilot. And at the beginning I said that this is not a rocket science. This training is part of the module I'm providing for my current clients, and with it I'm cash flowing their businesses to an extra 15k in cash collected every single month. And yeah, I think I've covered everything. And yeah, I must say that I'm really thankful for you watching this video if you stayed until the very end. I also hope that you've managed to find something helpful, something useful that you can maybe implement in your business by yourself. And honestly, like I've said multiple times, if you implement this system, these 3 simple steps that anyone can do on its own, you'll skyrocket your business and start signing your dream clients on autopilot every single month. I promise you that. And then you can finally enjoy the benefits of your freedom team. A lot of people would expect call to action now, like me saying, okay, if this sounds cool, DM me the word setter, comment it down below, let's book a call. But nah, I can't be bothered, because I told you already, if you don't find this useful, we are probably not meant to work together. In fact, I don't know why you didn't leave this video when I told you to do so. But anyways, for all those guys that stayed, if you need any help with implementing this setter science system, I'm personally gonna talk with you if you reach out to me on my IG. And no, I'm not gonna try to sell you something, but I know that for some people it might be complicated, so if you reach out to me, I personally am gonna just help you out wherever I can. Not my setter, don't worry. He's not gonna try to set you up for a call or book you in, whatever. Thanks for watching this video. I'd appreciate if you subscribe, and yeah, see you in the next video. Keep grinding.